Hello everyone and welcome to GamerPod episode 8. Today I am once again joined here with Aaron and Matt. And I'm Steven, as you guys already know, and we're gonna jump into what we've been up to.
Who else are you going to be joined by the way?
Yeah?
We're your only friends.
Yep. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Poor Steven.
For me. Anyways, we're gonna just pretty much just because we've missed out 1 week in releasing GamePod, so we might as well just say like what we've been up to in real life. Yeah.
So to our own detriment, to our own sanity, we're going to do 2 hours of recording.
Oh, please no.
No, we're gonna stick with the 1 hour.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
2 hours is gonna kill us.
Oh.
We're gonna be like slurring our words and stuff by the end of it if we're doing 2 hours.
You guys are sure you
Oh.
guys?
Well, I
Start about
better
that
start
now.
drinking now. Then better fucking get my vodkas.
I thought something was the gym practice on this show.
Yeah.
I'll fucking tell you what. Oh, dude, fucking. It's pretty much what it will be like.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
But you think that you sound so intelligent in that state. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
alcohol.
You know what's the weird thing?
What's
I
that?
sound like a genius. Just like with I actually still sound smart when I'm drunk. Just like imagine if you have like two, well, like if you Google wave graph and you get the sinusoidal or cosine wave or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then like put another one just slightly off. That's what it sounds like to other people. It's like my genius just like a couple of frames off. It'll sound really weird.
Okay.
Okay. It's a strange
That's the
analogy.
slurring effect.
Okay.
That is the slurring effect.
Okay.
Right? I'm trying to... Okay, sure.
You
Yes,
trying to picture
good.
it?
No. Well, I can picture it. It's just two graphs, but I mean... Okay.
You don't get the analogy,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you just don't.
I don't get the analogy. I mean, two sine waves put next to each other, they amplify.
Basically, I say things, and then they come out at like ridiculous times. I'm like, what? I said that like 5 minutes ago. I don't understand because I am drunk.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Steven!
Anyways,
Steven!
getting back on topic. I did say we're going to talk
Topic
about.
we never.
Yes, we had a topic where we're just gonna pretty much just let the audience know like what we've been up to in the past 2 weeks since we didn't put GamePod out.
Okay.
I was coming up with an analogy, but clearly I spent my time pretty badly.
Yes. Yes.
That was it. Blowing it. There's 2 weeks.
That's
2
my
weeks
week.
just for an analogy.
Damn it. And all he got was just
Sine
okay. Okay, no, serious note, being sister ill and tests
Lots and
have
lots of
started.
tests. Yeah.
Tests have been coming
Yeah.
in.
Matt was in the same
Mid-sem.
boat, I think.
Mid-semesters,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, lots of mid
Get no time.
tests. As for me, I actually could have done more recording by myself, but yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
Where's the fun in without you guys, you know? So, kind of just held back and then didn't do anything. I mean, I did, I was going to release the Splinter Cell Blacklist episode 1, which is out now, but, I had to,
There's been
I
issues.
uploaded it one time, YouTube said,
Mm.
nah, it's got third-party content, either, and I didn't want to keep it there because it could lead to a potential copyright issue later down the track if we do get partnered. And so I basically got rid of that and then edited it to put it back up again. YouTube still said, nah, still got third-party content. So I go, okay,
What?
well, fuck you, take it down. And then never bothered to really fix it until... well,
Recently.
Yeah, recently. And so fixed it. Basically, all I had to do was take out all the cutscenes. So
Oh, that's what's coming. Okay.
that
I
took...
was going to ask, what's coming up as third party?
Yeah, all the cutscenes, basically. So I don't know if the next episode is going to be the same thing.
Well, at least we don't have to do that awkward silence every time a cutscene comes up now.
Hopefully.
Well,
weird.
we just kind of sit around going, what do we do now?
Yeah, it was just me and
Thumbs.
Steven doing the first
Well-
Blacklist, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, like,
Yeah,
if we
it's just-
keep talking during the cutscenes, though, like, even if they're
Mm.
not going to be in the actual final video, assuming that
Mm.
there's still going to be, you know, flagged as third-party content,
Mm.
what if, like, the cutscene ends and we're in the middle of a conversation? People would be lacking the context.
No, maybe, I guess. Can't you just No, I was going to say blank out the screen,
What?
but I guess
No,
not.
no. What's gonna happen is that like you'll be talking. It's like, so yeah. It's like, so I heard you went out yesterday. You will, yeah. And then the cutscene will start, and then the cutscene will end, and then then someone will go. And the problem was all fixed with hemorrhoid cream. It'll just be like, what?
Yeah, pretty much. That is exactly the sort of thing that I was thinking of.
It's changed to like how you're during the cutscene. It's like, oh yeah, my aunt's sick, and
Yeah, pretty much.
goes into that. So, but I mean that was awkward. Just you got really pissed at me when I was talking the first time we did it.
No, not
Wait.
too pissed, but I wasn't.
No, I suppose not. It's just like a Steven piss. It's like, jeez, God, what did you have to? I mean, come
I'm
on.
really disappointed in you right now.
It's a Steven piss.
Oh, I get
Now
my
I
own unique.
gotta do it again.
Yeah, I gotta do it again. God damn it.
It's just sort of like a, I don't know, like a exasperated sort of thing every time you get pissed.
Well, yeah, because you gotta
fine.
like
I guess
redo
that's
it.
fine.
Kind of like
Yeah.
redo it, kind of thing. It's just nah, don't really need to. Don't want to do it again. Especially if we're like it's the after the first time when you know you have like a pretty decent run from the looks of things, and then you have to restart because something screwed up, and then you know have to redo everything. But all that commentary was basically lost because you have to redo it.
Mm.
And if you
Mhm.
try and just repeat it or reenact it, it's just not the same.
No, yeah, that's always odd. Like you say, every time you say something like, "Why don't we have these conversations when we're doing our podcast?" And then you try and think, how can we bring it back in? You can't.
Can't. It's just one of those spontaneous kind of things. They just happen.
Yeah, and every time you try to bring it back in, it's just so much lackluster in it.
Mm.
Like, remember that time when we were talking about? Yeah, I remember that time, and also, and hahaha, yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
pretty much.
Mm.
All right. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah. So basically, real life was just like really busy for Aaron and Matt, so I can't exactly do any sort of recording. I mean, I could just do it by myself, but I'm not that confident in my ability to
Oh,
commentate
there was-
on my own.
Also, the issue, I think, last Sunday, the main reason was because Skype fucked up, and I hadn't realized at the time that it wasn't. I've got it set to sign me in automatically because I'm just that lazy to not sign in.
Yeah.
I was
That's how
trying to improve your experience, guys.
Yeah.
Come on,
Again.
lay off it.
Okay, we got to talk about that later. But anyway, so yeah, it had somehow managed to sign me into 2 instances of Skype, and then
Good.
when I exited both, it wasn't signing me in automatically anymore, and so I had to fix that, and that's basically why I wasn't accessible. And
Yeah,
wasn't there.
because I know trying to access you from your mobile is it's like winning.
Impossible.
It's almost like trying to win the lottery.
Is
to
it?
be honest.
I thought I was pretty responsive last time you.
Well, that was a
Text me.
one-off.
I'd say
I
more-
don't know.
I-
Like,
I'd
you
say
just happened
more
to be
like-
doing your homework when I was.
That was a
so
miraculous
you're in
occasion.
your room, and your mobile
True.
usually is only in your room. It rarely ever leaves your room unless you're going to uni.
Except I keep it on silent generally, and it's generally somewhere under the bed on carpet.
Why is your phone under the bed of all places? Why is it on like
Because
the
it
desk?
falls. Because it falls down there.
No, I can understand that. My phone, I lost my phone for 2 days, and it was like
Sort
it was an extremely obscure place. Like, if you were sitting in your car, you were driving because it's your car,
Yeah,
and your phone fell out of your pocket. Where would you look?
under your seat.
You'd look under like your drive. Yeah, exactly. My phone was underneath the passenger seat.
The fuck?
I swear I've had that happen once.
And, like, I just saw it. And I'm like, what?
It's like, how does
Why?
that- Yeah.
Why?
Oh, magic.
You don't even know how, because it's not like you were turning a corner or anything and you go and have the thing just sort of fly out your hand as you're doing
What
it.
kind of reaction is that?
I don't know. You left your door open and ducks flowing in through the window.
And
I mean,
in
left
one window,
window
out the
open.
other.
Something like that, yeah. But no, I mean, that's
Where do you leave your car that ducks just fly through the window
no,
exactly?
as you're driving the car. In which
Oh,
case you'd
exactly.
probably crash it. But
Swan River?
what?
I don't know.
I drive my car through the spot. Yeah, it's Ridge. That's too mainstream.
Yeah,
I go submersible. Screw that.
exactly.
But yeah, no, you don't even really do anything, and it just sort of. It happens with all sorts of inanimate objects. Like you lose them, and you go, "Where the hell?"
And they end up in the most weirdest of places, or like the least
Yeah.
logical.
Yeah.
based on your last memory of where it was. That is.
Yeah. Alright.
It's happened to me a few times. I just don't usually lose my stuff to begin with.
Oh, okay. Would you want to talk about awkward test situations, considering we've just gone through tests and I kind of had one of those?
Okay, sure.
What do you do when you get into the test and you look at it and you go, oh fuck? Sort of it. That's like your first response, and you turn it over to the next page and you go, oh double fuck.
You get the fuck over it, because all of my tests are like that for every page.
So basically, you're
All of
implying
them.
that like the test either has a whole ton of questions that you did not study for, or you just don't know how to do. Is that what you're saying? Oh, we lost Aaron. Oh god.
Oh, that's a shame.
I think
But
Skype is improving Aaron's experience once again.
no, of course, it's Skype's a giver. Skype is a giver.
Hi Aaron. Did Skype
Hi.
improve your Skype experience once again?
Not this time. It decided to leave me hanging dry. It wasn't so generous this time.
It was 75% of the way to improving your Skype experience, but then decided to not
Probably.
go nut.
Oh god, did I talk about that
Yes.
before? That update?
Yes.
Oh, okay. God, that shit's. I think it finally happened actually.
It finally happened, as in what? Like you've got it
It
done?
improved your experience.
Would not. The Xbox update.
It finally got
Like it
done.
finally. Yeah. I don't even. I think the key was to not watch it and anticipate it being done. You just sort of let it happen, watch some TV, like flick over.
Okay.
It's like, just let it happen. That's good.
It's
I don't
ba-
know. That just seems like bad advice.
It's just basically like a watched kettle never boils. That kind of saying. I don't know if it really
I
applies,
guess.
but
I guess
A what? A watch kettle never boils.
a boiling like a watched kettle never boils. Like if you look at the kettle, it'll take like forever, and as soon as you look away, it'll just start to boil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotcha. Right.
although there
I was
is
try-
that
I
kind
was-
of theory that's just like there's like these
I was-
different states where you just stare at something and then like it won't do something, or like it's in one state, and when you're not looking at it, it's like doing something else. I don't know.
Shit. That's the first time I've ever heard that saying. That's weird. I was thinking.
I've never
when
had
you
to explain that before. I've never had
That's-
to explain that saying.
Mm.
No, I've never heard it. Well, I was thinking watch, and I was thinking bloody clocks. So I was like, a watch? What type of kettle is that? Have you got some sort of analog kettle or something?
No.
Analog
But
kettle.
speaking of watches, there is like this new sort of smart watches, which is basically a smartphone combined with a watch.
Well, that had to happen.
I just find it ridiculous.
They had to make it small. They had to do something.
There is a thing about a guy, like a piercing artist, who pierced like basically a connector into his wrist, and he can stick his iPod Nano there.
Oh, I don't. That would be
Mm.
weird. The inertia on it. Every time you like move your wrist, you'd feel it sort of tugging and stuff.
Yeah, but you get used to it.
I guess.
I do recall that someone like also like installed like some sort of RFID chip in their hand, and basically all they have to do is just wave their hand in front of like an RFID scanner, and like for his home he just waves it and it unlocks the door into his home, or he waves it in his car and it starts up his car or unlocks it. Same thing with his
It'll
bike.
just be a shame when shame when the Triad find out about it and just cut off his hand
Mm.
and steal all of his things.
Well, I mean,
It'll
he,
just be a
Just
shame.
I mean, he'd only
That's very
lose his hand, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just only your hand. But that made me think. Cybernetics. Say that ever becomes a thing. What happens with hardware upgrades?
Well,
have to go in,
you'd
like,
have
every
companies
s-
that exploit people.
Okay.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, like you're thinking Deus Ex style or
Do
whatever.
sex.
I always call it Deus Ex.
Do sex. Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen in some form. Like, I mean, there are going to be laws and regulations that are going to prevent that sort of like price fixing or whatever it is. I don't know,
Right.
extortion for money. But I still think companies are going to still try and like push as much, like steal as much money from people as they can.
I'm just sort of
That's
making.
why I'll be cybernetically enhanced by Android. Then I'll never have to update. Ever.
The open
I'm
source.
just. Right. I'm just being like, look at hardware updates on computers at the moment. Every 2-3 years, you sort of have to upgrade to stay with.
Not really.
Yes, but soon that'll become defunct. We will
yes.
get to it one day.
I doubt it. Like,
Right.
I mean, you can still, like, in a gaming sort of context, you don't really need to upgrade your hardware for 2 to 3 years. Maybe, I guess your graphics card maybe every 4 or 5 years.
But I mean,
Not sure
like,
about your CPU. Maybe every
just
2-3 generations.
do you want to segue into the first topic of what did you say, Star Citizen? Is this
Oh,
like
yes,
you said?
there's this game, Star Citizen, and basically it's been said that this game is probably going to be like the next Crisis, which, if for those of you who don't know, Crisis was renowned for basically killing the most sort of high-end systems because of its high spec requirements.
Unrunnability.
Yeah. So basically like a GTX, I think it was 670 or 770 from Nvidia. That sort of card will only be able to run the game at medium graphics quality at best.
And how it goes up to ultra high or something like that?
It's probably high or ultra, yeah. And
Right.
basically
So
they're
the-
saying that
so
you need
the,
the
uh,
hardware from a year to a year and a half, or maybe even 2 years from now, to properly run it at max settings.
So, the Intel HD graphics card wouldn't be good, would it?
No, no. Don't
That's a
think so.
shame.
Might be slightly lacking.
Yeah.
Considering it plays like League of Legends at fucking 12 FPS on low graphics on everything, I'd be pretty unsurprised if I couldn't play the game.
Sounds like my old laptop.
So hang on. When did Crisis get released?
Oh, I don't know.
2009, maybe? I'll check.
Okay, Matt will
Okay.
check. But like,
And is that-
I do know that the
Oh, 2007. Jeez.
Oh, okay, that's
oh
not
wow,
bad.
that's not too far back.
6 years.
Yeah, I
So-
would have thought it was like 2003 or something.
Computers at the moment, though, most of them, how would they go running Crisis? Like,
Crisis
if you
1?
look at the, I guess whatever one was renowned for being.
I think
I
1
know
was the
Crisis
most
2
renowned
was.
for. 2 was a
Oh, I
little
thought-
less demanding. I think 3
Oh,
is
okay.
still.
Yeah, 2 was less demanding.
3
Oh, really?
is demanding, but I don't know if it was demanding relative to Crisis 1 with the hardware back then.
Okay, so can hardware now, like what's sort of average hardware, run Crisis at high graphics or
Which one?
first one?
First one? Oh
Crisis.
yeah, I can run it now. Definitely.
Now?
Yeah.
So okay. Okay. Just looking at that,
like-
saying if we've actually even got to that stage before getting another game, that's sort of where Crisis 1 was.
No, you can definitely run Crisis 1 at like 60 FPS now.
Okay, on your average sort of machine.
Yeah, I think average. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know too sure, but you should be able to. Yeah. I do know that with Star Citizen, the minimum requirements for RAM is 8 gigs. Minimum.
I got that covered. Good. But I mean,
I
you know,
don't.
do anything else and it's just gonna freaking, oh god, it's gonna kill my laptop.
So
It's a laptop.
Yeah. So 8
Um,
gigs minimum. That's already basically put like a lot of people kind of like, you can kind of see where this is going, and that's just minimum specs. So
Oh, minimum.
that's minimum.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, it's a bad boy.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
It's pretty intensive.
Yeah, it's pretty intensive. I don't actually know what the other specs for it are yet.
Must be hooked up to your own quantum computer. Just store that in your shed.
Yeah.
Get some nitrogen cooling on it.
Hydrogen cooling? Liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. Sorry. Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen.
Sorry. I will learn how to talk properly and come back.
Okay. Okay.
Give me some time with that.
Okay. Well, like, kind of like moving on to a sort of related topic. Intel CPUs.
Yeah.
For the next 1 to 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, for gamers, probably not really much of a worth buying over the current generation of CPUs. Mainly because Intel is going to be focusing mainly on improving their CPU power consumption rather than actual performance.
No, okay.
So if you're thinking of, like getting a later generation of Intel CPU because it's going to be faster, it's not going to be really fast at all. Maybe a little bit, but not like significant.
Right, so the cost is still gonna go up because it's the latest thing and it's less power consumption, but in terms of performance
is not going to really change.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, the money you're gonna save from the power consumption being reduced is probably not gonna...
Probably not.
Yeah.
But like, I think Intel has a CPU out that they've developed, and it's gonna basically, I think it's like the quark.
Quark?
Yeah.
As in like the subatomic particle quark or
yeah,
quark?
Yeah, quark. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, quark.
It's a
Okay.
quark.
Yeah. And
Maybe.
I think it was called that, and basically it had a power consumption of, like, they developed this like 13-inch notebook, right? And it can idle at 5 watts. 5 watts of power, and 0.1 watt was just to the CPU.
Fuck, what?
Yeah, literally. Jesus, that's...
That power consumption, holy shit.
0.1 watt.
Yeah. It runs just on that.
It runs on
Like, that's
taking
idle, that's not like
waggling
not
your
doing
finger
anything.
back and forth in front of it. Magnetic field generated by your waggling finger. Hang on, let me just charge my
I'm
laptop.
disappointed at your
Waggle.
laptop. Waggle, waggle, waggle.
Oh god. But yeah, that's so for people that are like either environmentally conscious or just care about power consumption, which I don't think many gamers are, then future Intel CPUs are the way to go for you. If not, then don't bother, just get one of the more recent generations and then just stick
Cheaper,
with it.
same as performance,
Relatively, yeah.
and okay.
Okay, so different topic. PS4 has been said to be 50% faster than the Xbox One.
50%.
50%, up to 50%.
That's a significant margin.
Yeah.
In what respect? Like just
overall.
performance?
Yeah, performance.
Okay.
So there's that. That's
There's that.
There's that.
Is that just to rub it in my face, being like never getting a PS and just sticking with the Xbox?
No, I'm just saying that as a fact.
That's that.
That's kind of like
Okay.
well, not exactly a fact, but that's what I've read. It's kind of like news. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to put out there. Okay, so moving on to something unrelated now. What I hate about games is luck-based and hidden achievements.
Oh,
They piss me
yeah.
off so much because
God,
I
yeah.
see them as just a cheap way to get you to keep playing the game.
Yeah,
A very cheap way to do that.
yeah. Because you can't progress toward it. You can pseudo progress. You play longer.
Play
Just
longer. And
just to
basically-
increase-
Yeah.
Yeah, the time over which the chance.
I just RNG, like random number generator, just annoys me to shit sometimes, especially when I'm trying to speedrun.
Well, exactly.
Because the main issue I have with RNG is, like, I've been speedrunning a bit of Super Mario Sunshine lately, and there is literally one boss that is just RNG the game, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, you know those slot machines, like where you get 3 in a row and then you get some like coins?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the boss. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
It's
is that
King Boo and a
Boo?
giant.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a King Boo, and he's got a giant slot machine. And if you get 3 fruit, it's like, yay, I can actually beat him. You get anything else, it just slows you down by like a minute each fucking time. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's
Really.
so annoying.
I think it's just because you can't.
You have
Do
no
anything
control
to-
over it.
Yeah,
I mean, like, some
random
games
number gen-
might improve your like chances of doing it. Like, you might be able to purchase some item or
Generally,
get some skill.
generally a cash shop item. Yeah.
Yeah. If in an MMO,
Although-
it's usually a cash shop. But yeah, in most cases, it's just down to pure luck. You have no power over that.
Oh, that's.
I think that works only in one sort of game, and that's Pokemon for me.
Okay.
Because I think, like, if you really like a Pokemon, then I don't think you'll give a shit about the luck. That you'll just try and go for it anyway.
Well, if you're trying to go for a shiny, then you know.
No,
Like
fuck,
no,
it'd be
shiny,
outrageous.
shiny. Like Gen 4 introduced a way where you can like very much increase the chance of getting a shiny.
Significantly.
And if you yes, actually,
like actually put
it
it.
gets it down to like 1 out of every 5 encounters you can get a shiny.
Oh wow.
Oh, whoa. What,
But-
isn't it like 1 out of 8,000 or something?
It's one in every 8,132 encounters
Yeah.
is a shiny. But if you use Poke Radar and you get a chain of 40 of the same Pokemon, you'll have a 1 in 5 chance of one of the next encounters, from 40 onwards, being a shiny
Okay. In
Oh,
the same
the-
area.
in the same area.
Okay.
And you need to have a chain. If you don't have a chain, it doesn't work.
What do you mean a chain?
And
The chain
Like,
of what?
you need-
40 encounters.
basically, you activate Poke Radar, and some grass around you will like rustle.
Yep.
You go to that grass. You go and kill the Pokemon, and like what will happen is once you beat the Pokemon, more grass will rustle,
Okay.
and you have to go to one of those grass patches, and you got to get the chain of the same Pokemon.
And you have no idea which one is the same.
Like generally, if you go like there's a lot of math to do it. Whether just Google it if you want to go through. I know like the gist of it. I don't have the patience to be able to do it though, because I prefer just the shinies don't really mean much to me.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
the only shiny I ever got, like there's 2 shinies that I have that aren't the red Gyarados from Lake of Rage, because that doesn't actually count, because that's there 100% of the time.
Yep.
So I think that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I think you
There
said.
is a what's that?
I think you said was Rayquaza from a Japanese guy, wasn't it?
Yes. I got myself a black
Sorry.
Rayquaza. Oh my god, it's so nice. Like that's the only shiny that I like, pretty much.
I've never
And that's 'cause
encountered
he-
a shiny or owned one of any sort.
How does?
Then buy Pokemon Heart Gold, go to Lake of Rage, and there's a red Gyarados for you.
No thanks. I
I
don't
think-
really see the point of shinies. As well than just like a novelty kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
I got a red Gyarados, but not from the Lake of Rage.
That sucks.
I was looking for a Phoebus, which
That just
if you have-
proves.
if you have any knowledge of Pokemon, you'll know that that's a bitch to find, because in Gen 3 there was like about 100 like there's on Route 113 I think it was,
Right.
there's like about 150 blocks of water, and in 6 of them, in 6 of those blocks of water there's a 100% chance you can catch a Phoebus. But my Pokemon Emerald was corrupted, so I could never trade any Pokemon out of it.
Yeah.
So the only way I could get it was by going Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and going into Mount Coronet. There's like roughly 250 blocks of water, so there's like 100 more.
Yeah.
And there's only 4 blocks of water,
Oh, good.
and it's not 100%, so you have to fish like 3 times in it,
Okay.
just to make sure. And so I was doing that, and I found a red Gyarados.
Okay.
And so like, I was like, oh, it's like, check out my shiny. It's like, yeah, it's just a red Gyarados. Look where I caught it. What?
Okay. Pretty good. Pretty
That's what I
good.
was gonna say. That would be the sucky part of getting a red Gyarados.
Yeah, I was a little bit sad when I found him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Gotta catch it anyway.
It's like
My
a
sister, my sister was really lucky. She had Pokemon Pearl,
Hmm.
and she started the game. She picked, I think, Piplup,
Right.
and it was shiny.
What the?
I was really quite sad about that.
Start of shiny would go for a bit. You could probably
Oh,
auction that
crap.
off if there was any method
Yeah,
of
but
doing that.
she doesn't really care about that sort of thing. So she's just played the game. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, if you really want to get like the nitty gritty of Pokemon, then
Hmm.
that's when you
That's
kind
what-
of see the
that's what
value
I-
behind it.
That's
I
what
think-
I do. But I like if you want to get past the nitty gritty of Pokemon, then you look at the stats, not the actual color.
Yeah, like all the EV training and all that stuff. I didn't even know
Yeah.
about
Oh, yeah,
EV
that.
training until I was like in year 10 or something. I didn't realize that was such a thing.
I've known about it for years, man. I've been working hard on that shit.
See, I didn't bother. I just played Pokemon. Just play through the story. I didn't bother with that sort of EV training shit. Like, I didn't care about the stats. I was like, yeah, you attack.
Like, well, when I got my Rayquaza, I put it immediately into one of my Gen 4 games because that was the latest gen at the time.
Yep.
And the first thing I did was put it through EV training. So, like, I ran over, found a specific spot, and just farmed a single type of Pokemon for a while. Gained the amount of EVs that I needed, moved on to a different area. Although the best thing about it is, like, you go basically anywhere, you can get speed EVs as long as you have water near you.
Right.
Because Magikarp has speed EVs. And if anybody knows the meta, it's speed and defense. Speed and defense. That's what you need.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, we deviated quite a fair bit from the achievement thing I was talking about.
The fucking random number generator.
Yeah.
RNG, it's everywhere.
Okay.
But-
What I don't like about that RNG is not just like rewards based on RNG, but also when it comes into gameplay. And that's what I was talking about with AI. I feel that is very heavily RNG based. It's like whether it works in your favor or whether it completely flicks you around. That's RNG
Left
based.
4 Dead style.
It's got nothing to do with skill when it comes to that.
Left 4 Dead.
I don't know. I guess it's just
Yeah. Because
when
The issue with Left 4 Dead is, like, I would much rather just go on without the Pokemon, without the Pokemon. My bad. Without the other bitches, and like finish off. But I can't do that. I can't do that because I need them. I need at least one other person to get me out of a fucking pickle if there's a hunter or a smoker that gets me into a bit of shit.
Okay.
But oh well.
Yeah. Because, like, you guys both know, like, I was playing this one casual game. Turned out to be one of the most annoying games in the world for me. Achievement was to basically get all the eggs, and they dropped at random, so you did not have any power over when it would drop and whatnot. And basically, there was no way to increase the chances that you'd get them. There was no way you could improve your chances. It was just basically luck. And there have been people that just 100% legit got it. That took them 215 hours to do it legit.
Alright. Is that all?
Is that all? That's all.
I'm gonna talk to you about something after you finish.
Yeah, and for me, I finished the majority of the game. Like, I got everything done, all the challenges out of the way, everything.
Yeah.
Just the get the egg achievement, and the achievement that relied on getting all the eggs. So I couldn't do those two until I got the last egg I needed. So I finished the game, got everything else. Took me about 20 hours at most, and I put in 75 hours in that game. So 55 hours of that game was farming for that one damn egg, and that was.
Why are you looking for this egg exactly?
For the
Achievement points.
Oh, for fuck's sake, guys, come on.
And that was using a script. So I wasn't actually playing the game. I was getting the computer to play it because I was so frustrated with the game. I was like,
oh
fuck
my
you.
god, you're as bad as one of my mates who's playing WoW, and he doesn't actually play WoW. He runs WoW, and a bot just does everything for him. It does all the quests. It goes out, farms the items needed, like, because they are all fetch quests in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Fetches the exact number, gets on the mount, like, runs all the way back into the town to the specific NPC, puts in the quest, finds a new quest, does that quest as well.
But that's the thing. Like, that's an MMO. I wouldn't use a bot or any sort of script for an MMO. This is just something that, realistically, the drop rate was just absolutely terrible to begin with.
Okay.
Like, people have been complaining about the drop rate.
Okay. You're gonna... okay. You wouldn't use it on an MMO?
No, I wouldn't. I'd play legit. Like, I mean, that's what I've been doing for all MMOs. Like, any sort of repetitive task, I'd just do it manually.
Okay, Guild Wars 2. I'm gonna go to it.
Okay.
There's a thing called a Precursor.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's for these weapons called legendaries. They are a shit to build. Yeah, I've talked to you about them before,
Yeah.
sort of off this. Yeah, they are an absolute asshole to build. For one, you need 100% map completion, which in itself takes a while. You need 250 of the highest level, 8 times 250 of each of the highest level materials. You need 100 gold at least for something, some other material bought somewhere, level 80 zone, and it's all these things. But the main thing that is the problem is the precursor, and the reason for it is it's a random drop, and you either get it from any random mob, from any sort of random chest, or you can do this thing called the Mystic Forge. Basically, the idea is to put 4 weapons of the same type at high level of rarity or exotic rarity, which is expensive stuff, and you just keep chucking them in, and it keeps giving you back that weapon type at that level, sort of thing, or
Right.
higher level. And if you're damn lucky, you'll get the precursor. But basically, you can watch videos of some guy chucking in like 1,400 weapons and just never getting the precursor.
Jesus Christ.
It is so fucking. That's why the thing it cost, the actual precursor on like the auction house, whatever you want to call it, it at the moment it's like 650 gold, and you can at maximum get maybe 10 a day, 10, 12 a day at the moment, if you like stay on there for quite some time.
What do you mean get one? Like get one from doing the chuck the 4 weapons in? And
No,
then- or just-
I mean, you get 10, 12 gold a day if you like really sort of stay on there and do everything possible.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're really dedicated, put like 7 hours in maybe,
Mm.
then you can get 10, 12 gold a day, and this thing costs 660 gold or something like that.
I reckon I'd still buy it. I'd buy it rather than rely
Oh,
on
you go.
luck.
No, I would not rely on luck. If you manage to get one, you're instantly rich. It's just
Unless you
that
spend
rare.
more money than you can earn back from selling it. So like you say you put in 800 gold into getting that precursor, and you try and sell it off, you've made a loss.
Oh yeah. No, I mean if you try and buy like all the exotics and stuff to Mystic Forge it, and yeah, of course, it generally comes out at about like the drop rate sort of equals the cost of buying that many weapons, putting them in the Mystic Forge, and getting it.
Mm.
If that makes it, it sort of balances out. And chances are you're not going to get the one you want anyway. You might end up with another precursor or something like that. But the chances of getting it are just so small. And what shits me is some lucky ass people that just sort of have luck shining out of their asses.
Or born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or whatever that saying is.
Something like that, yeah. There was one guy that I was talking to, and he managed to drop one, and it was not a very good one, but he sold it for 270 gold.
Mm.
And point being, he's played for half the time I have, and I've never got one. Best thing I've ever got sold for 30 gold. And it's like,
Yeah.
just so much. But yeah, Precursor in that game is insanely ridiculously rare, and yeah, that's random number generator, and
Yep.
on the forums everyone's sort of screaming hatred at it.
But yet people still play it.
NC
Well, yeah.
Soft, why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
But yeah.
GG, Riot, better Nerf Aurelia. God, fucking Jesus. Better Nerf RNG. OP, Jesus.
Yep. There was also the other form of achievement that pissed me off. It's the hidden ones, where basically you have either the people that don't actually show the achievements at all. Like, you know, there's like, it says that there's this many achievements in total.
Right.
You do like all the ones that are visible, but then for some reason there's like a few that are just not visible at all. You don't even know what they are. You don't know what you need to do to get them. So
Yeah, they have it on Xbox. There's like, you go into the achievement panel, it's just got a bunch of question marks underneath it. You're like, oh.
no, but like
Okay.
the ones that I'm talking about, like there's this game, DLC Quest, 2
Right.
achievements on Steam. It says there's, I think it was like 22, 24 achievements.
Yeah.
You do about, is either 20 or 22 achievements. You do them, and then
Yeah.
you have 2 achievements left. And Steam does not say what they are at all. It doesn't show them at all.
Or you just instantly go on the internet guide.
Yeah, you go. That's the only way to do it. Like, I'm not gonna spend freaking 100 hours trying to figure out what that achievement is.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the thinking is behind putting those things in.
Stephen,
There's also the ones
there
that
was a
like,
great invention. There's a great invention that was made just for this particular thing. Now, what I want you to do is open up your internet browser and go into the search bar. Now, I want you to very slowly type Google. Now, please enter.
Oh,
I've seen a video just like that for Elementalist recently. But anyway, never mind.
I guess you could call me kind of a cheater for using that script to get that egg. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough, but really, my logic behind that is that I'm not gonna waste. I'm not gonna waste 200 hours of my life trying to get something manually. That's how I see it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. Anyways, let's move away from achievements now. Let's talk about something funny that me and Aaron did. Like when I went over to his house, we were playing a Band Hero because that's one of the few games that Aaron has that are multiplayer.
Yeah.
And so it was like late at night, and I was kind of like bored, so I decided, you know what, let's just hold down the whammy bar.
Oh, fuck.
And guys, if you really want to destroy classics, that's the way to do it. If you want, like, for fun, just like if you have a copy of Band Hero, put it in, grab the guitar, hold down that whammy bar, and just play every single like sustain note, and just enjoy.
Find the songs that have like the long.
I believe Rio is one of them.
Yeah.
If you play
Do you
Rio,
even guitar? Do you even guitar?
it's just hilarious. It's just like so off key. It was just hilarious watching Aaron cringe at the sound.
It was cringe-worthy. It was just, oh, please make it stop.
I just found it hilarious.
I know you did, because you're watching me suffer.
There's a reason they don't put duct tape on guitars. Just let me put it like that.
Oh god.
So yeah, that's a bit of fun if you guys want to ever listen to destroyed classic songs, just for fun.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty funny
bad.
though.
Funny thing is, doesn't it give you? Oh no, that's when you spam the whammy
Yeah,
bar.
it's only when you kind of like put like on and off kind of thing.
But I mean, even then, it doesn't. It really doesn't add to the song at all, and it really does subtract from it when you spam the whammy bar. But it,
No,
like,
if you hold the whammy bar, if you spam it, it's alright. It's not too bad because you won't really notice it.
Yeah, no, it still takes away from the song, but it gives you the highest points. I think.
Maybe.
If you spam that whammy bar, it's still like, especially certain songs. Some songs you can get away with it, but there are certain ones where you're just like, no.
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto, I'm pretty sure is one of them. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, there's a reason. Like they have a modulator for the voice, not for the guitar.
I don't even know why that was an option for that song. It hurts. Just don't.
Yeah, Aaron's listened to it thanks to me. So if you guys also want to enjoy the experience that Aaron went through, then feel free to grab a friend to either hold the whammy bar down for you, or you can do it yourself. I don't.
If you feel like multitasking, have one finger down and then play the game with all of your other 9 fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even need to. You just hold it down with your palm, don't you, and use your thumb. It's right. Yeah, what are you talking about? No, friend. Anyway.
Okay, so different topic. This is something that me and Aaron discussed back in high school, and this was more Aaron's kind of thought, and it was basically what would happen if you were to put a portal in a portal. So this is referencing the game Portal, and so what the problem was that Aaron thought up is say you had a portal on a wall, then you had another portal on a horizontal plane perpendicular to that portal on the wall and centered exactly in the middle.
Dude, you're gonna have to come up with some like
and basically it's on this like it's like on
educational video.
It's like on this sort of like negligible thick platform or some sort and just moves the portal into the other one, and so you start putting one portal into the other, so the one on the wall starts coming out the one that's going in, and basically we have not figured out what would happen if once it reaches the midpoint, because by then it's just become like a plus from a cross-section view, I think.
Well, yeah, the problem is that you can It's sort of you can sort of change it by saying just align the portals parallel and sort of have them mashed together and try and go past each other.
Well,
I
I don't
have
think
one-
that
think-
really can work though. You don't.
But that's
I
exactly
think when
that's the
two
problem.
portals meld, the latter portal overwrites the beginner portal. I
But
think
there
there
is
was some
no-
sort of explanation.
But there is no.
I can't
master-
remember
No, I
where.
don't think the parallel would work because, like, if you had two rings, for example, putting them on top of each other doesn't exactly, make one go through the other or anything.
Well, yeah, because they're the exact same dimension. Which
Well,
is
that's
the problem.
exactly what the portal is. They're exactly the same dimension.
Yeah, which is why we were getting confused with having them perpendicular. Like, it's not hard to think of it as going in perpendicular at first, but the part where it
Guys,
gets
if you
tricky.
if you
is when it-
take this to Aperture Science, they'll just blow you off because this isn't really the priority of making portals. It's if what would happen if this would happen. Can we make portals? I think we need to start with that before we get into more in-depth stuff like what happens if we make a plus sign out of them.
Well, this is assuming that they have developed such portals.
We haven't because we don't even know what an atom is, really. We need to get through that shit before we can make any sort of quantum molecular teleportation shit.
That would be so handy to have, though. Like, the bus ride from
God,
home
yes.
to uni is like, oh
God,
god.
yes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
means I would
man.
never have to actually move to the fridge anymore. I just I just shoot one to the fridge, shoot one to my wall, and just go, I wonder what I want today.
Chances
That.
are you probably have to have a small sun powering it.
Yeah, probably. Or you
That
could
might be
have like a
an
strap
advantage.
a bit of C4 to a nuclear reactor, and get perpetual motion.
Now that I think about it, that whole having a portal to the couch thing wouldn't work, like portal to the fridge thing wouldn't work because, well, I'd probably forget about it if I wanted to, let's say, have me time on RedTube.
Oh god.
I like how you're so open about it.
Well, duh.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't I?
Okay, anyway.
Don't you have some me time, Aaron?
Okay, well, we can leave that for,
Beck doesn't listen to these things, man, and I can be as open as I want to be.
Oh god.
Please don't. next thing you hear coming, next thing you hear coming through the mic.
Oh god.
No, so
Oh, oh god. Okay, anyway, back, go, move. What was the problem with having a portal on your fridge?
the me time, I'd forget
Oh.
about it, and then would just
People
like,
would just walk by
oh,
the
geez,
fridge.
need to get a drink, and then they'd see me
Oh,
and all of my.
Yeah.
I got you.
Basically, you have no privacy when
Yeah.
someone comes along to grab like
I
a
was
snack.
Thinking more the fact
Oh
that
my
you'd end
god,
up-
knock next time you're gonna come to the fridge. Wait, what?
Oh god. Oh, that's
Okay.
terrible. Okay, so here's something I think I talked to you, to Aaron about this before. Like, it's kind of like a grim thought, but so when you're like young, right? You go to kindy and stuff, like pre-primary. Generally, you have a lot of free time, get to have fun, stuff like that.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit high school, things start ramping up in terms of workload and stress and all that crap, and time to have free time and leisure to yourself.
Mm.
And basically that sort of thing just continues to, like, your leisure time continues to decrease as the years go by. So when you reach I guess uni, you still have a bit of free time, but generally what people want you to do is basically almost study 24/7. That's
Mhm.
kind of the view that people have for what is considered a model student. And so assuming you go by that,
expectations versus reality is something
yeah,
completely different, but
completely different. But the thing is like people expect you to do all
that's
this,
the expectation.
lots of work to keep doing. You get less and less free time, and then you go from uni straight to work, and there goes the rest of your free time. Maybe you got your free time left on the weekend, that's about it. So my
And there's not even stopping there. If
like,
you want to go parenthood, then it starts digging into your rest time as well.
yeah, exactly. So
It's no sleep,
so-
no
so-
free time, no sleep.
So that's the thing. Like, where is the free time to have fun.
Adventure.
Well, if I
As
spent
you
less
get
time
older, you get-
fapping, I'd probably have probably like an extra 2 hours on top of every day.
Jesus
Because,
Christ, that's quite a long time.
I also
That's
like
quite
that
a
that's
marathon.
sort of taking away from your free time / leisure time. It's like I'm just imagining you sort of sitting there going, "Oh, this again. I guess I better just get this over and done with."
No, it's basically me going on the internet and just go, oh my god, really? Zip. The shit I have to fucking deal with, man.
Oh god.
Okay, cool, Matt.
But
Cool.
yeah. I honestly don't know how, like, you can exactly. It's not exactly cope or deal with, but like, where's the leisure time for everyone in our society when, as you get older, you basically have less time to play games in
I don't know. Do you build up some sort of resilience to lack of leisure, or you just don't require it much?
Is that
there
probably
sort
why
of changed
parents?
brain
Is that
chemistry?
probably why parents just don't like seem
Or
to
is it-
have fun? Like they
Y-
seem
I-
very like fun averse.
I guess.
Like because
Maybe it's just responsibility hits and you just got to toughen up and deal with it.
yeah. Well, that's the thing I don't want.
Is that? Yeah, I know. That's not
Like
what you want.
because
That
to
makes
be
sense.
honest, like my parents, right?
Yeah.
They expect me to go to school, come
Yeah.
back, do homework, do projects, go to sleep,
Yeah,
repeat
yeah.
for 5 days, or actually 7 days a week.
I get that.
Except for the going to school. On the weekends, just study,
Mhm.
study,
Mhm.
and then you just repeat this cycle for God knows how many
Yes.
years.
But are your parents paying for your uni?
Yes, they are. Not anymore.
That would
though.
be why.
Not anymore. Though. Not anymore. I'm using that hex.
Yeah, here's the thing. The first day I came to uni, I went on hex fees.
Yeah.
So my parents don't give a shit. If I fail, it's on me. So
Well, my parents still give a shit. They're still telling me to go study, stop playing games, stop doing this. So basically, like, okay,
What do you
so
mean
so
before that?
even
Is
if so even when I do have free time, they expect me to clean the house.
Oops.
They expect
Yeah.
me to, I don't know, like, help out in the house in general.
and suddenly GamerPod becomes parent bashing session.
well,
I can't complain. My parents are pretty cool.
well,
Yeah.
I guess that's the downside of having Asian parents, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So there you go, Asian stereotypes. Quite quite true actually.
Not such a far cry from reality after all.
hmm.
But I don't know. And I get that the expectation is that the majority of your time should be study. Like it's 80% is the
Mm.
figure I was given. 80% of your time should be spent studying.
Yeah, and
like-
then what happens to that 20% of the time? Go to sleep.
No. That's not including sleep. Like your waking hours, what, 15 hours, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. So what they're saying, 80% of that 15 hours should be spent studying.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
and that free time left over is probably you coming home exhausted, not really wanting to do much.
No, it wouldn't be. Well, I don't go to uni. That's the thing. But they expect when I'm at home for 80% of it to be
Study.
sort of listen to IR lectures or going for books or no. I don't know. I don't even think it's effective.
Yeah.
You can't cram that much information in. Like as soon as you get to
Your
4
brain is
hours,
like
you
a
just stop absorbing.
Sponge. And then once you
Yeah.
absorb too much, you can't take any more in. You kinda
Can't
need
take
to-
any more, Cap. Oh,
You
what the
need
fuck
like
is
a
that?
kind of like a you need to like let it soak in for a while,
Yeah.
and then you can take in more. But yeah, there's like a limit to how much you can take in a single day, or do in a single day for that matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so like after school and uni,
Mm.
you go straight to work, unless you decide to take a year gap or something. I don't know. But then like, where
Where's the leisure?
is
Where?
the leisure? Where you go to work, you do work for like what 8 hours or something.
What should be the expectation for humanity in terms of leisure? Like, how much time should we expect to actually
Hmm.
enjoy ourselves during our lifetime?
Yeah, exactly. Because like, when you think about like, you go to work, you
Yeah.
work like 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
something like that, for the entire weekday. And
Yeah.
when you come home, more than likely, you will be exhausted. You will come home, slouch on the couch, maybe watch an hour or two of TV or something. I don't know what you guys
Have
do.
my 2 hours of me time.
Or you have your 2 hours of your
Just
time.
keep bringing it up.
Well,
then-
you guys keep talking about it.
Matt, would you like to talk about your me time?
Well,
Matt,
I
please tell us
guess.
about your me time.
Well, I like to have a lot of time to prepare.
So on top of the 2 hours, it's like an hour prep session.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
so
yeah.
where were we?
So you get back home, you're exhausted. You maybe can squeeze in about a couple of hours of just leisure,
Yeah.
and then more likely you just hit the sack, and then that's it. You're out. And then next day you repeat the process. You wake up at like, I don't know, 9 a.m. or something. That's
Yeah.
if you get a late working job, I suppose. I don't know.
And then it
And
starts
then-
getting super philosophical where you start going, why? And what for?
But then, like, what about the weekend? Because, like, your weekdays, you work
Yeah.
in that cycle. But then, weekend, you're more than likely catching up on the sleep you've lost on the weekdays.
Or having to deal with house maintenance and other IRL issues, like
If
whatever.
you have a family, you got to deal with them. If
Yeah.
not, then I suppose maybe weekend is when you get your fun time. Otherwise,
Like my me time.
all your mates.
You guys are making this too easy for me.
I
This is
know.
the issue.
I don't really give a crap, to be honest. You can talk about your me time, but I'm going to cut it out.
I've seen you in the anime club, I
Aw.
don't care.
Or if it gets too explicit, that is, then I'll cut it out. But
Well, I'm not explaining what I do in my me time. It's just my me time. That's all.
okay, that's fine, whatever. So moving on then, I guess. I guess you can talk about GTA instead of your me time. Your GTA 5. That's a latest game out from Rockstar. Apparently, it's hit over $1 billion revenue or something.
Jesus.
Like I can't
How many-
remember the number. Like $1
Four-
billion revenue
Hmm.
in
I guess
3
that's to be
days.
expected. I mean,
3 days or something. I can't recall the exact figures.
I think you can
I'm not
expect that though
surprised.
from any game that's built up a good reputation. Like it's
Or
gonna
just
sell
built
well.
up a whole shit ton of hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
No.
was a lot of hype for this. There's
I mean,
a lot of
they
hype.
what? Like, they got advertisements for, like, these 3 giant buildings, and they had hung these, like, giant posters over the side of them.
Hmm.
In the US or something, San Francisco or something. I can't remember the damn place. My geography is absolutely crap.
I guess rep hype equal, good selling.
More
But
hype
the-
means just more initial sales, to be honest. That's about it.
Maybe.
And then, depending on what happens afterwards, like whether people like the game or not, reviews are good and stuff, and that will
Get sort of
affect-
other people sitting on the fence going, yeah, I might buy it. I'll just see what other
yeah,
people
exactly. I guess that's also why pre-orders exist. Like the figures that game developers report, like they measure the success of a game by the amount of pre-orders they get. So
Right.
if they get a significant amount, then they consider it a successful game.
think. Really?
Yes, they don't go by the final figures because
Oh my
Yeah.
god, guys.
by then that's like really late and stuff.
Why? I don't get that. I mean, that's really just saying more about your advertisements scheme than it is
Guys,
about.
I have
Yes.
some breaking news.
Oh, good.
Breaking news from Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even joking.
Not your me time, right? Okay.
Literally just released. They're gonna have dual type moves.
What's that?
So
Dual type.
like dual. So you'll have
Oh.
like So
Oh, yeah,
basically,
yeah.
there
Oh,
were
okay.
there were like moves before, like called Ice Burn and like Freeze Flash and that sort of shit.
Yep.
And they'll be dual type. Ice Burn will be Ice Fire. So there'll be things like taking insane amount of damage now if you get those dual types right.
Oh, like
Wow.
grass.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I get you.
There's gonna be a lot of math coming into this now.
So
Like, it's bad enough when there was like dual types and working out, oh, well, if I use this, it'll be
Good.
super effective
more
against that type,
variables
not
to
against
take
that
into
type.
account for the maths.
Oh my god! But like, think about it. Think about it. You got if each type is super effective against a Pokemon, but it's super effective against each type of Pokemon, that's 8 times damage just from using
So
one
that's
attack.
pretty much like almost a one-hit KO.
If you crit, 16 times damage.
So yeah,
If you
one-hit
use an
KO
item-
guaranteed.
If you use Life Orb, 24 times damage.
Good. Good.
What the fuck?
Good.
What the fuck?
That's,
You're
the,
trying to
that's
get
like what
past
the
that.
Elite Four gone.
I guess you're trying to get
It's-
past the max damage on what was it? That combination of was it Shuckle or something?
Oh, you don't fuckle with Shuckle?
Yeah, something like that.
You do not fuckle with Shuckle, man. Trick Room Shuckle fucks up bitches. Like, I'm not even joking. It just gets bitches. So strong.
It just gets bitches.
I'm trying to
Okay.
imagine. I'm trying to imagine like a little turtle thing surrounded by bikini models.
Oh no.
Oh, Shuckle, your shell's looking so red today. Anyway,
Just, I'm just googling "you don't fuckle" and you don't fuckle or shuckle.
God.
the internet knows.
The
Um,
internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's basically all we have time for today. So, if you guys have anything you guys want to like voice your own opinions, please leave them down in the comments.
Like
Yeah,
that
I'd-
the shuckle can deal 481 million damage with a critical hit.
good. So yeah, if you have, if there's any topics that we discussed today that you'd like to contribute to or argue against, feel free to leave in the comments. So other than that, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Share this with your friends, and we'll see
Yeah.
you again next time.
Dude,
Boy, don't fuckle with shuckle.
Just gotta wait for the web page to load.
How steep do you want to make this pyramid?
Oh, about 65 degrees.
I would go with 65 being pretty good.